In the 2018 draft, the Bills traded up from the 12th overall pick to the 7th overall pick with the intention of selecting their franchise quarterback. And with Baker Mayfield and Sam Darnold off the board, there were really only two quarterbacks that the Bills were going to choose from. On one hand, you had Josh Rosen, the UCLA quarterback who looked very promising in college. He was considered the most NFL ready and the quarterback that would immediately make the Bills a better team. On the other hand, you had the small school quarterback Josh Allen, a quarterback who was very unproven and had a lot, and I mean a lot, of glaring flaws. However, he had raw talent and physical gifts that, if developed correctly, could turn him into the most unstoppable quarterback in the entire NFL. The general consensus was that Josh Allen was either going to be an elite quarterback or a complete bust. The Bills had to make a choice that undoubtedly would change the course of their entire future.
In the 2018 NFL Draft, the Buffalo Bills select Josh Allen, quarterback, Wyoming.
At the time, this pick came with a lot of controversy. A lot of people claimed that the Bills had drafted the wrong Josh. Now 6 years later, and it's a completely different story.
Fakes left, now taken off, gonna run for it, he got it, and there he goes, inside the 10, the 5, oh, the play of the year in the NFL.
Josh Allen was born and raised in Fireball, California. Being raised in his family's farm, it was only natural that he was gonna carry on the tradition. But he also had something else in mind. Josh Allen would attend Fireball High School and, as expected, join the football team. In his junior season, he would be named the varsity starting quarterback. By the end of his senior season, he had thrown for a total of 5,200 yards, 59 touchdowns, and 15 interceptions in just 2 years as the varsity starting quarterback. Josh Allen was crazy athletic, had insane arm strength, and showed flashes of his enormous potential. He was good, and he wanted to continue his promising football career. Now, there was just one problem. Coming out of high school, Allen had not a single offer, and I mean literally not even one from any D1 program. But why? Well, the truth is, schools probably would have offered Josh Allen. That is, if they knew he existed. As I previously mentioned, Josh Allen lived in Fireball, a small, isolated town with a population of just over 8,500. And Fireball wasn't known for producing talent. So why would a scout come all the way here just to check out one unknown high school player? With almost no options left, Josh Allen would enroll at Reedley Community College for the 2014 season. And even at the JUCO level, he was still good. He only played 6 games, but had 26 passing touchdowns and 10 rushing touchdowns. But he had a lot of flaws, most notably his accuracy. He ended the season completing just 49% of his passes, but this was something that, with enough development and training, he could fix. The potential was there. Now it was up to schools to determine if he was fit for their football program. Josh Allen infamously sent out 1,000 emails to schools to at least give him a chance, but he only got 2 responses. The Wyoming Cowboys would be one of the 2 schools that would offer him, and also the school that Josh Allen would begin attending. However, 2015 would be probably the lowest and darkest year in his entire football career, because in his first start with the Cowboys, he would break his collarbone after just 4 passing attempts. His first opportunity on the big stage, his first chance to prove everyone wrong, and his season had ended before it even started. Fortunately, he would retain his starting position going to 2016. The season prior, in 2015, the Wyoming Cowboys had a record of 2-10. They were pretty bad. In 2016, however, Josh Allen would play the entire season, and he would lead the Cowboys to an 8-6 record, and in 2017, an 8-5 record. He ended his college career with over 5,000 passing yards, 44 touchdowns, 21 interceptions, almost 800 rushing yards, and 12 rushing touchdowns. And after 2017, Josh Allen would bid farewell to the Cowboys and would declare for the 2018 NFL Draft. And this is when the conundrum began. You see, Josh Allen was not an easy player to evaluate. On one hand, he was 6'5", 237 pounds, had the best vertical and broad jump, and had one of the fastest 40 times among quarterbacks. He also had a cannon for an arm, and the largest hands by a quarterback. His raw talent, physical gifts, and potential was second to none in that year's draft. On the other hand, Josh Allen also had some major flaws in his game. Obviously, the main problem being his accuracy. His decision making also wasn't the best, and even though he would get away with it up to now, those bad decisions and throws would undoubtedly turn into turnovers at the next level. His strong arm also kind of hurt him because he would be throwing way too hard in the NFL. He didn't know how to give the ball that touch just yet. All in all, Josh Allen was a project quarterback, projected to either be a boom or a bust. One thing was clear, whichever team selected Josh Allen would ultimately determine how his career would play out. The Browns with the first overall pick and the Jets with the third overall pick were the first two teams that needed a quarterback. But unfortunately, or should I say fortunately, they would pass on Josh Allen, meaning Josh Allen would still be on the board by the time the Buffalo Bills came around.
The Buffalo Bills select Josh Allen, quarterback, Wyoming.
The Bills had just come off a 9-7 season in 2017, where they would barely scrape the playoffs for the first time in 18 years. However, they would fall flat on their face and score just 3 points in the wild card, meaning the other drought, the one where they hadn't won a playoff game since 1995, would still be going strong. The Bills drafted Josh Allen with the hopes of him being able to turn them into playoff contenders, but they obviously knew success wouldn't come immediately, especially with an offense as weak as this. And as expected, 2018 was rough. That season, the Bills had one of the worst offenses in the entire NFL. The only saving grace was really just Josh Allen. He ended the season with just over 2,000 passing yards on a 52 completion percentage, 10 touchdowns, and 12 interceptions. Those accuracy problems were still very real, and they got exposed in Josh Allen's rookie season. However, this season also showcased that he was still very much a dual threat. He ran for over 600 yards and had 8 rushing touchdowns. He was the best rusher on the offense that year. The Bills ended the season 6-10. With Josh Allen as their starter, they were 5-6. Despite a pretty bad but expected rookie season by Allen, one thing was still clear. He was by far the best quarterback on this team, and the team won more when he was at the helm. In 2019, the Bills would bring in offensive coordinator Brian Daboll to rejuvenate this offense that was all over the place. And under him, Josh Allen would significantly improve his accuracy, jumping to a 58.8 completion percentage. He also threw 20 touchdowns and reduced his interceptions to just 9. But 2020 was particularly special because it was a year where Josh Allen went from an alright quarterback to an offensive juggernaut. In the 2020 offseason, the Bills made a blockbuster trade, acquiring Viking star receiver Stephon Diggs in exchange for some picks. They had also drafted Gabe Davis, a promising young receiver. This entire offense was just overall significantly better now. But in reality, the biggest change was Josh Allen himself. In the offseason, Josh Allen put a lot of hours into reworking and drastically improving his throwing mechanics. And all this training would be evident in the 2020 season.
For the end zone. Touchdown, Buffalo, Tyler Kroft. The Bills have the lead with 15 seconds left. Being chased and throwing, and it is caught. And Buffalo can do no wrong here in Foxborough now.
Josh Allen taking a deep shot. The separation from Diggs, and he's still on the move. Josh Allen to the pylon and in. And Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills, for the first time since 1995, are the AFC East Division champions.
Josh Allen ended the regular season with over 4,500 passing yards on a 69% completion percentage, a 10% jump compared to the season prior. He also threw for 37 touchdowns and just 10 interceptions. On the ground, he ran for 400 more yards and had 8 rushing touchdowns, a total of 46 touchdowns in the 2020 season. Josh Allen was really good. He was named to the Pro Bowl and nearly won the MVP, but he fell just short to Aaron Rodgers. The Bills ended the season 13-3 with one of the best offenses in the entire NFL, and heading into the postseason, they would keep the momentum, overcoming the Colts in the wildcard 27-24 and neutralizing Lamar Jackson and the Ravens 17-3. Now, they would be heading to the AFC Championship. In 1994, the Buffalo Bills would win the AFC Championship and make it to the Super Bowl, but would get handed their 4th consecutive Super Bowl loss. It was embarrassing. But here we are almost 3 decades later, one game away from being back. The only thing standing in their way would be the Kansas City Chiefs. The Chiefs were the best team in that entire season up to that point, and that was no different in this game. The Chiefs would end up dominating the Bills and comfortably win 38-24. Disappointing, no doubt. But this season was by no means a failure. Josh Allen had completely broken out and turned into a superstar. He also ended the playoff win drought and brought them to the AFC Championship. And even though they fell short, with Josh Allen leading the team, you know they were going to be back. In 2021, the Bills would have another excellent season, ending with a record of 11-6. They had both one of the best offenses and probably the best defense that year. Again, they would make the playoffs. In the wildcard against the Patriots, the Bills would completely dominate. The offense scored a touchdown on every single one of their drives. The Bills would easily win 47-17. The AFC Divisional wouldn't be nearly as easy though. The Bills would get their rematch against the Chiefs, but this year was different. Both teams were almost exactly equal, and what we got was one of the most thrilling playoff games, actually, most thrilling football games of all time. The Bills and Chiefs went back and forth the entire game, scoring touchdown after touchdown.
And Pringle is there. What a catch. Touchdown, Kansas. One drive that was a quick one, and they go deep. They've got a man. It is Davis for his 2nd touchdown of the night.
But with 2 minutes left in the game, the Bills were down 21-26 at the Chiefs' 24-yard line.
Fires it into wide open. Remarkable.
After a successful 2-point conversion, the Chiefs had to make something happen. And in just 50 seconds, the Chiefs found the end zone. Now being down 29-33, Josh Allen had to lead the Bills into the Chiefs' end zone, and he did just that. With 13 seconds left, Josh Allen would stamp the win with a touchdown pass to Gabe Davis.
Down the middle to the end zone, and there it is!
Or so they thought. With 3 timeouts left and being down just 3 points, the Chiefs weren't out of it just yet, and in just 2 plays, they set up Butker perfectly for a 49-yard field goal. Overtime. Both teams' offenses were steamrolling the opposing team's defense, and honestly, the winner of this game was going to be decided by whoever won the coin toss.
What is your call? We have a coin, heads and tails.
Tails.
Tails is the call. Tails is the call. It is head.
Josh Allen wouldn't even touch the ball as he would sit on the bench and watch the Chiefs end their playoff run. Josh Allen was almost perfect this postseason. 637 passing yards on a 77% completion percentage, 9 touchdowns, and no interceptions. And still, it wasn't enough. The Bills in 2022 and 2023 were still really good, but their playoff runs in both of these seasons would end in the divisional round again. And that brings us here. The 2024 season. In the offseason, problems began to surface with Stefon Diggs and the team. He wanted out of Buffalo, and he would depart from the team along with Gabe Davis and some others. Many questioned whether Josh Allen would still find success even without a superstar. Would he still be good without Stefon Diggs? The Bills' offense did get weaker with these departures. Well, supposedly, but as we would soon find out, Josh Allen is the Bills' offense.
For the moment. Now has to escape. Everything's covered. Josh waits to the last second. He's it downfield. Shakir is open.
Chased, hit, the call, touchdown! Allen able to get out of the end zone and fire. He's got his man, and it gives himself. Allen to the right. Allen in.
Pitched it back to Allen.
Will run it himself. Right. Allen to the goal line. Lost the daylight. Hurdles to the end zone.
Spectacular touchdown.
Touchdown, Buffalo.
The Bills are 13-3 and are one of the best teams in the NFL with arguably the best offense. And it's really only because of one guy. Josh Allen is currently in the race for the MVP trophy, and I believe that trophy is rightfully his. Through 16 games, he's thrown for over 3,700 passing yards, 28 touchdowns, and just 6 interceptions. He's also had over 500 rushing yards and 12 rushing touchdowns. Keep in mind, his team also isn't filled with star players like others. That controversial project quarterback who the Bills drafted in 2018 has now developed into the best quarterback in franchise history, and also the most unstoppable quarterback currently standing. Now with another chance at the playoffs, this could actually be the year where Josh Allen finally brings Buffalo their first ever Lombardi trophy. Now with all of this in mind and seeing how far Josh Allen has come, I think I can confidently say that the Bills chose the right Josh.